Welcome to this week's Head Teachers broadcast. It is Monday, 20th of September, and I'm going to have to start with the COVID statistics for the school for the last week. So we have now 71 positive cases of coronavirus at Banff Academy since the start of term, and 5 members of staff. So that is an increase last week of 20 more positive cases, which isn't good news. However, the good news is that that was an increase of 20 compared to an increase of 40 the previous week. So the rate at which cases are increasing has slowed down a little bit. However, we can't ignore the fact that cases are still increasing. So it's really important that pupils and students continue to wash your hands, which is probably the most important mitigation, and also wear face masks and try and keep your distance as much as you possibly can. In terms of the vaccination, as of today, 12 to 18-year-olds now have the opportunity to get vaccinated from many vaccination centres, and you can find out where they are by going on to NHS Inform. There will be a point in the future where 12 to 18-year-olds will be given an appointment if you haven't already chosen to go and get vaccinated. So that opportunity is there for you if you so wish. Now, although those figures seem to be quite alarming and quite high, that does just represent 7% of the school population. So 93% of the school population is fit and healthy and able to keep learning. But for those of you that are not able to come to school because you're waiting a PCR test or indeed, unfortunately, do have COVID, then learning can still take place and continue to take place by accessing Teams. I've asked my colleagues to signpost work on there, so please do that. If you're finding it difficult to access work, then please discuss that with your squad leader, who will help you and point you in the right direction. And also in terms of vaccinations, as of today, for the first time, pupils will be given flu vaccination, and that will be taking place in the assembly hall. So unfortunately, although I've enjoyed meeting squads in the past 2 weeks, we'll have to put a pause on that while we use the assembly hall for the flu vaccinations, and we'll resume that once the vaccination programme for flu has stopped. So talking of squad, the winner of this week's squad challenge is a squad that put together a very professional and polished video of a very futuristic classroom, which I would urge you all to have a look at. We'll post that up online for you to have a wee look at. But it really was quite a fantasy classroom, I would say. And that goes to Squad Alpha. So very well done to them. And they will get their chocolate and their certificate this week. So next week's squad challenge is one that was suggested by Squad Armstrong, and that is to create a squad banner. Now, this could be a banner that will go up in your squad room and could encapsulate your squad name and why it is, or more information about the reason why your squad was called the name that it is, or perhaps some more information about the people in your squad or your squad leader, or all of those things. And so please do that and then take a photograph of it, send it to me, and we'll have a look to see who wins the winner of that challenge for next week. We have quite a lot of things to look forward to towards the end of this term for school. We have Black History Month coming up in October, where we'll be looking at activities to celebrate Black history. In addition to that, we'll have the Macmillan Coffee Takeaway Morning with coffee and fancy pieces to be ordered in your little boxes to take away and enjoy. And then we also have an Active Girls afternoon and also a Health and Wellbeing afternoon to focus on physical fitness and mental health and well-being for pupils in the school. So there are 2 things to look forward to, as indeed is what we have on the last day of term, which is the opportunity for 8 pupils who have been nominated for Hot Chocolate Friday. Because remember, the Hot Chocolate Friday nominations become raffle tickets. And 8 pupils are selected from all the nominations to then take a friend, so that's 16 pupils, on an activity on the last day of term, whether it be to the Lochter Centre for an outdoor activity or into Aberdeen to watch a film or whatever. Those 8 pupils will be drawn on the last week of term to enjoy a wee celebration at the end of it. So good luck to all of those of you who take part in that. I would also keep reminding our senior pupils to look at the Collaborative Connections website, where you'll see information about work placements, work opportunities, employment, and also work experience. So have a look at that as you can. The Collaborative Connections website really is kept up to date and I would urge you to keep looking at it. So that's really all from me for this week. I would urge you to continue to keep washing your hands, wear the face mask. Let's make sure that we try and stop any transmission of the virus in school. There's no evidence of that. It is community transmission. But the more that we keep our hygiene standards really high, the less likely it is that you will be suffering the symptoms of COVID or tested positive for COVID. So thanks for doing that. I know it's a bit of a pain. Appreciate it. You take care, and I'll speak to you next week.